Hey guys, it's Sean with Stumpf Moving and Storage, and right now I've just finished loading this truck as it's going to be going to Florida. As you can see, we did something a little different. Now I want to explain what we're doing here. We have what we call a deck. Now, right here is a little plywood, and then these are decking bars. Now this is really interesting. It's a very old school technique, and a lot of guys still do this, especially van liners. But a lot of local guys don't even know what I'm talking about. So we wanted to bring this to you because we're getting a lot of questions as to what do you do with those crazy, awkward, bulky items like lawnmowers, snow blowers, and grills, things like that that a lot of people don't know how to load. Well, one technique that you can do is build a deck. Right now, we did this deck because we have very, very fragile items that our customer did not want us to pack. Yeah, they should have been crated, but the customer, they just wanted to go as is. We still have to provide them a high level of service, and we don't want anything to happen. So what I did here is I built a deck above us, and I put those fragile items up there. So you'll see that we have this bird cage that is going to go up there, and it's made of wood. It's really a decorative piece and not a functional piece. And then we have 2 sets of antlers that are going up there. All right, this is an old school trick, right, Dad? Getting that in there. Now, decking bars are aluminum. They have expandable joints here at the end, so you could click them in for any size truck. Now, if you guys don't want or can't use decking bars, they do make an E-track connector that will attach 2x4s so that you can run a 2x4 across in the same fashion as a decking bar. And what we'll do now is we'll load the fragile stuff up top that's too hard to load into the tier, and then we'll continue to do the same underneath because these items are not stackable. If you need any of this stuff that I'm talking about here, go ahead and take a look in the description below. Everything is listed right there for you. All right, so we have these antlers here that should have been crated prior to the move, but the customer elected not to have them packed. So we have to still take care of them. We're going to be wrapping them in a moving pad, but I wanted to show you guys what they look like so you understand what we're putting up here in the deck. You guys can go take and wrap that for me. Do the same with that one. Wrap them first. So we have another set that's going to come up here, but I'm also going to, because those are fragile, I'm going to put a moving pad over top of the plywood here. This is just an added level of protection. It's not something you have to do, but something I would like to do. So this is the first of the set of antlers. We've been pad wrapped, or they've been pad wrapped. Now, I'm not one for tape, but these are so awkward. You got to do what you got to do. And the second set is coming up next. All right. There we go. And then underneath here, we're going to continue to load. We have some more awkward items, and we'll show you guys what that looks like at the end here. But we got the antlers and a bird cage that's extremely fragile up here, so nothing can crush them because we can't load on top of them. Up here, guys, we have all of those fragile items I talked about, and then down here we have the rest of the load. Now, typically, if you build a deck, you're going to put those hard to load items under here. Say you have a quad and you don't know what to do with it. You could put a quad under there. You could put lawnmower, snowblowers, and then up top here, you could put the rest of your tier, and you load that just as you would anything else. You put middle and then up, right? You're not going to put base up there because it's too high, too heavy, and you're just going to want to put your middle and your up stuff up there. Now, typically, we build decks whenever we're hauling cars in the back of our box trucks, our moving vans, or our tractor trailers. And these are very common. In fact, there's a lot of crazy things I've seen on the unofficial Vanline Historical Society Facebook group of guys building decks and then putting cars on top of cars. So what I'm trying to say here is that there's a lot of things you can do with this. If we're gonna be putting a car in the shipment and we have the household, what we're gonna do is we're gonna build part of the deck, we're gonna pull the car in, and then we're gonna finish the deck, and then we're gonna get up there and then load as we normally would above the car. This video right here was a golden nugget, and I hope you guys were able to learn something because this is a very old school technique, and I'm stoked that I was able to bring this to you guys. So if this helped you out, if you learned something, if you're gonna implement this on your moving truck, go ahead and hit that like button for me, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Stumpf Moving.